Good morning, children. I am Anmol Messi, PGT Physics, Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. Children, in our previous videos, we have discussed about EMF, terminal potential difference, and the differences between EMF and terminal potential difference. I have explained you the various points how EMF is different from terminal potential difference. Now today we are going to study about various relationship between internal resistance. I'll explain you what exactly internal resistance is, and the various relationship between all the physical quantities related to a cell, like terminal potential difference, internal resistance, voltage, EMF, etc. So first of all, let us discuss about internal resistance. What do you understand by internal resistance? Internal resistance is the obstruction offered to the flow of current by the electrolyte of the cell. Obviously, when the ions move inside the electrolyte, there would be certain obstruction or hindrance in the movement of the ions. Okay, so this hindrance or this obstruction offered to the flow of ions, or maybe the flow of electrons, because of the electrolyte of the cell, is known as internal resistance. So internal resistance is always within the electrolyte. Okay, now there is certain which is known, certain thing which we have studied earlier, which was external resistance. So we used to represent external resistance by capital R. Now here we have internal resistance, so we'll represent internal resistance by small r. But again, since it is a kind of obstruction offered to the flow of current, or obstruction offered by the electrolyte of the cell, hence its SI unit is again ohm, like we had for external resistance. Now let me tell you about the various factors also on which internal resistance depends. Actually, internal resistance first of all would depend on the concentration of the electrolyte. Okay, secondly, it would depend on the distance between the two electrodes and the area of the electrode. Now let us establish a relationship between EMF and terminal potential difference. So from Ohm's law we know that V is equal to IR. Okay, but instead of V we are going to write E, which is EMF. I would remain the same, and instead of R we are going to write capital R plus small r, that is external resistance plus internal resistance. So our expression would become E is equal to I into R plus R. If we multiply this I inside, then E is equal to IR plus IR. Now as we know that IR is equal to V, therefore instead of this we can write E is equal to V plus IR. And if we are going to keep V as subject, then V is equal to E minus IR. This is your expression for terminal potential difference, that V is equal to E minus IR, where V is terminal potential difference, E is EMF, I is current, and small r is internal resistance. Pause. Now further we are going to establish another relationship which is similar to this only. What we are going to do is, as we know that V is equal to IR, now in place of I we are going to write I is equal to E upon R plus R. This expression we can derive from this expression. I is equal to this R plus R we can take down over here. So I would become E upon capital R plus small r. So I is equal to E upon capital R plus small r. This value we can put over here. So V is equal to ER upon R plus R. From this we can keep this small r as subject. So we are going to take this over here. V is equal to V into R plus small r is equal to E R. If we are going to open this bracket, then it would become VR plus VR is equal to ER. Now keeping this as subject, so VR is equal to ER minus V into R. So VR is equal to, from this I am going to take out R as common. Now small r is equal to E minus V upon V into capital R, which I can even write like E upon V minus 1 into R. So this is a complete relationship which has got internal resistance also, as well as external resistance, EMF and terminal voltage, terminal potential difference. This expression does not contain capital R, but this expression contains everything: EMF, terminal potential difference, internal resistance and external resistance. So this is a very useful formula. Now we are going to start with the combination of cells. So as we know that combination of cells could be of two types. Number one is series and the other one would be parallel combination, but we will discuss that later on. So first of all we will discuss about series combination. So I am taking a diagram in which I have taken a cell. Here this cell, this is the cell E, and this is the internal resistance small r. So this is the first cell, and just next to this cell I am taking another cell. Again its EMF is E, and this is internal resistance of the cell. Similarly I have taken many cells. Let's say we have taken n cells in series. Okay, so as you can see all cells are identical. So I am taking a case wherein all cells are identical. Okay, after this we will do another case in which the cells are non-identical. So using these cells or the combination of these cells, I am going to run something. This something could be anything, like for example maybe a wristwatch, or maybe a wall clock, or maybe any electronic device which runs on the combination of these cells. So let us take it as load, or maybe capital R, which would be your external resistance. So this is your circuit diagram for series combination. Now let us start with the derivations and the expressions as well. So first of all let us say that the external resistance is capital R, internal resistance, or maybe you can write equivalent internal resistance, that would be NR, because this is series combination. In series combination, if all the resistances are identical, then we have done earlier also that for n number of resistors the total resistance is NR. Okay. Third thing is equivalent EMF. Now as you can see that all cells are identical. So if one cell has got EMF E and the other one has got EMF another E, then the third one would have EMF another E. Similarly there are n number of cells, then total EMF would become NE. Okay, so we have got external resistance, we have got internal resistance, we have got EMF also. Okay, now if we apply Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, then again if we are going to keep I as subject, then I, that is current, is equal to voltage upon resistance, voltage or maybe EMF upon resistance. Then keeping the above values, we will get I is equal to, now what would be the voltage or EMF? Our EMF is NE. What is the resistance? Our total resistance is external resistance plus internal resistance, that is R plus NR. So this would be the expression for current that we are getting from these combination of cells. Now this is the expression that we derive for current in case of series combination. So I am writing it over here. However, you might have written in your copy also, but still I am writing over here series combination and that too for identical cells. This is the expression that we have driven. Now what we are going to do is we will discuss few special cases. Special. Now following are the special cases. Let us discuss the first case, that is if capital R is very less than small r, then obviously we will be able to neglect this capital R, that is external resistance. So our I would become NE upon NR. We are going to neglect this external resistance. So N we can cancel out and our I would become E by R. Since there is no N over here, so whatever number of cells we are going to put in this case, it would hardly matter. That is, the current would not change. It would hardly affect the current. So even if I in combination, even if I use only one cell or maybe two cells or even maybe three or maybe 100 cells, it would hardly matter how many cells I have used. The amount of current which I am getting would remain same. Okay, that is no change in the current. Now let us discuss the second case, that is if small r is very less than capital R, then now we will be able to neglect the small r. So I would be equal to NE upon R plus NR, but we have neglected the small r, so it would become NE by external resistance capital R. Now since we have got N over here, so as we increase the number of cells in the combination, the current would increase. That is, our current we'll experience a gain in the current as per the circuit. So here there is no change in current. Irrespective of the fact that it is that how many cells we have used. Now over here we will experience gain in current. Okay. Now in case of non-identical cells, previous case that we did, it was for identical cells. Now this is for non-identical cells. Only a small change would be there. Our equivalent EMF would not be any. Instead of that, we'll write E1 plus E2 plus E3, and if in case there are n number of cells, then plus EN. And for internal resistance, our equivalent internal resistance, instead of NR, it would become R1 plus R2 plus R3 and so on till Rn. Okay, so this is the only change in the derivation. Rest everything would remain same. Now this is a small case. If the cells are wrongly connected, that is, as you can see over here, this is known as positive terminal, this is negative terminal, again this is negative terminal and this is positive terminal. So generally we connect positive then negative, again positive then negative, that is alternate positive and negative is taken. But here I have connected both the negative terminals together, which is wrong. So obviously if this is E1 and this is E2, so our equivalent EMF would become E1 and this one is wrongly connected, so minus E2. ये उल्टा लगा है, that is the reason it would become minus E2. This would be our equivalent EMF.